think about it. I mean, we're in, you're still in kind of southeast Michigan. You're in the backyard of 3 major U.S. OEMs, and I know Toyota's here in Ann Arbor so I don't know if, necessarily southeast Michigan or this part of Michigan is necessarily the most representative, but go to some place where we're not close to the business itself. And, so you're in the middle of, Virginia, West Virginia, and you need a new vehicle. What do? You may go online. You may talk to your friends. You may look in the newspapers. I mean, there's so many different places you can get information, but, and somehow you've got to look and say, okay, what am I looking for? What are the features and the functions? What's my price range? And even to your point, within any of those market segments, there are so many choices. I mean, that the only way we're going to win, at the end of the day, the best product wins. And so, and those of you who have done any work from a, kind of an automotive perspective, we can make the best engine. We can make the best transmission. We can have the perfect body. We can have the best interior. Most people wouldn't be able to afford it. So it's not a question of always doing the best. The key is doing the integration of the vehicle in a way that the customer is going to say, you know what, when I make the trade-offs between product X and product Y, I like the styling of this one better. I like the affordability. I like the fuel economy. This has the features I'm looking for. So it's incumbent upon us for every segment in which we compete around the globe to make sure we fundamentally understand the customer and we make the balancing and the trade-offs and the integration of that vehicle better than anyone else. And then we constantly benchmark and test ourselves against, as does many other external groups as well. But that's the way we look at it, and that's the way we try to, if we're going to compete in that segment, we want to win in that segment on the elements that are important to the customer for that segment. Because a Spark that you saw there, one of the smaller cars, compared to an XTS, which is a new Cadillac we're launching shortly, very different buyers. Different things are important to them. It's incumbent upon us to understand it. And that's why I say, from an entrepreneur, it's not about having a great idea, because if you're solving a problem no one has, they're going to vote with they're not going to, the results, it could be really cool, but if you don't solve an issue or fill a need, they're not going to buy your product. And so same thing is true for automobiles. As you have, General Motors sells over 8 million vehicles around the world. That generally means 8 million people looking at all those competitors and picking us.